Hey guys, welcome back. This video is going to be my follow-up to last week. At the end of the video, I hinted at a story time where I had two sheriffs show up at my house, unexpected, with warrants, and it just kind of set my day off. And in addition to that story, I'm going to tell another story that really highlights how vulnerable we are, we as in people with arrest records, people with felonies, drug charges, how vulnerable we are to the system. I just watched a really great video from the After Prison show. I don't want to smile or laugh about it, but he joked about it at this point. He got in a situation where he very likely could end up going back to jail. He just ended up in a situation where you would never expect it to turn out the way it did. But because he's got a huge record, he is just so vulnerable to the system. Before I continue, let's take a moment to like this video and click subscribe. I would really appreciate it if you could share this video as well. Okay, so let's tell this story. I guess a little backstory. We only have one vehicle that works right now. So my boyfriend is using my car and my mom has been coming over and she picks up my son in the morning and she drives me to work. It's super cool. I love not having a car, but she was sitting out back, she let my dogs outside. She was doing her thing. My son was still asleep, which is very unusual for him. He's usually up before I am. It's quiet and I hear my mom come up the stairs and she's like, Megan. And it's like, I could tell by her whisper that it was like, something was up. And she's like, there are two sheriffs here. And she's looking at me and I can tell that she's trying to be like not affected by it, but she clearly was. Because she doesn't know, like, why are they there? Who are they looking for? Why is my daughter involved? What is my daughter doing? Like, is my daughter f***ing up again? I don't blame her, but the cops showed up with a warrant for some guy. I guess this guy had lived here before, so when she said his name, it registered. And I was like, yeah, I know who that is, but I don't know how I know who that is. And she was gonna go back out and talk to them and have me stay inside. And I was like, no, that's suspect AF. Like, I need to go out and talk to them myself. And I also didn't know, my mom is a chatty Cathy, and we have cops in my family. Her brother's a cop, his two sons are cops, his third son's about to be a cop. They're great, but she likes to tell every officer that she meets, I have family members that are policemen, and I have a fire chief, and da-da-da-da. And I don't want her to just keep talking to the point where she invites them in my house. I'm not doing anything wrong, but I definitely don't want them in my house. No! No! So I go outside and I am going to go introduce myself, and I was up on the second floor, so I had to walk down the stairs and I had to walk outside, and I'm a little bit heavy now, so I get out of breath easily. And I go up to them and I said hello, and they showed me the picture and they're like, do you know who this gentleman is? And my voice was like, no. Like, it was the worst nasally out of breath moment. It sounded so suspicious and I was just like, fuck. But I didn't really know this dude. He showed me the picture. I said, no, I don't know who blah 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 is. And I gave him my landlord's information. Apparently this guy had lived there in 2001. 2001. Like, it's 2019. Why are you coming here 18 years later? And it's for money. Like, that's the best part. Like, it's not even like he's wanted for anything. He just hasn't paid his fines. So the state's got to come looking for him, got to collect it somehow. But I was blown away that they were at my house 18 years after this person lived here. Like, showing up, telling my mom they have a warrant, and just getting everybody's panties in a bunch over nothing. But it didn't feel like nothing. At that moment, I felt very vulnerable. I didn't know what to think. I just didn't want them in my house. I didn't want to associate with them, but I also didn't want to snub them, because I feel like anything you do can be probable cause. It's just very scary. In those moments, you want to make sure you're doing everything right, but at the same time, you're not doing anything wrong. It sucks to feel targeted, and it sucks to feel targeted after all these years because we haven't done anything wrong, but I still feel very on edge, especially if I'm with other people, which leads me to my next story.